And we are live. Sup? How are y'all? It's Gregatron. It's my day off, so I'm going to stretch. I'm going to sup, crash. Yes, is in the chat. For Memorial Day, I'm going to stretch, lift, rest, maybe watch a movie later, and visit with some people. Yeah. How's your day, sir? It's good to have the day off. 80, almost 80 degrees right now. I have a PS5, sir. Show do. You? Happy Memorial Day to all the good people. Yes. This is perfect weather. Oh, stretching feels good. It feels great. I'm gonna do some body weight workouts. Pull-ups, leg ups, maybe push-ups. Oh, you have a 64. Funny you say that. I just went to Comic-Con yesterday, and there was a area with some older games like that, and they had some 64 controllers. Something about the 64 controller I really like. I like the colors too, how they were purple and stuff like that. Whereas the Xbox and PlayStation, most of their controllers were black. Most of them, exception to the rule. But that 64 controller was special, in my opinion. And we didn't even own a 64 growing up, but our cousins had one, and we would play it at their house. And I just really like that controller. You guys have a Wii too, huh? A Wii and a Wii U, a Switch, a PS2, a PS4, a 360, and a Series X. So you got all the systems, huh? You don't have a PS5 though. You can still add me on PlayStation, even with your PS4. You should be able to, if you want. It's Greg. That's Gregg dash Atron underscore 92. That's me, buddy. Gregatron. I'll repeat it if you need me to. But yeah, those are some pretty solid consoles. The PS2 and the 360, two of the best consoles of all time. I put the original Xbox with that and the PS3 since they're both all part of that era. The PS2 era with the Xbox, you can debate if that's the best era opposed to the 360 and the PS3. I say the 360 and the PS3 are the best era because they took everything that was good about the previous ones, and they upped it. So tell me about this PS6, man. I keep hearing people saying stuff about it. Is this really happening, my boy? Is this really a thing? Is that really a thing? PS6. Because we don't need it. We don't need it at all. The PS5 is fine, right where it is. So Sony, take heed to what I'm saying. So the next Xbox is called the True Next Xbox? Ridiculous. And do you like my shorts? Yeah. Red, white, and blue. That's right. Sony always has a 7-year gap between systems, not counting handhelds. Has it been 7 years? Has it been 7 years? And is that a rule? Does it have to be 7 years? You know what I'm saying? Close to an Xbox Helix. What the hell is Xbox Helix? So they're coming out with two different Xboxes, the Helix and the next True Xbox. Or is that the same thing? Are you just calling the next true? Are you calling the Helix the next True Xbox? What are you saying? That the Xbox X was not a true Xbox? I'm just curious. Oh. I'll stretch that back out. Oh, okay. There's a typo. What was a typo? The Helix or the next True Xbox? Because Helix is not a bad name. That might be catchy enough to sell. They might be onto something. The Helix, man. I'm gonna do some wide grip pull-ups like Arnold. Hopefully I will pick. Hopefully I will have a pickups video. Oh, okay, where you pick it up. Gotcha. That'd be cool. I remember when I was a teenager, I tried to do that at the mall. They had a GameStop in the mall I lived at, and I was recording myself after I purchased Assassin's Creed 3. I'm like, look, this is it. I finally have it. It's here. Assassin's Creed 3. And this dude was like, man, get out of here, dude. Please. Like, he was thinking I was so lame for doing that. Now, everybody's streaming, doing that type of stuff. It's funny how things have changed. Hands are kind of slippery. PlayStation 6. Give me a break. Sup, Terry? I'm trying to. Happy Memorial Day. I said, sup? I cracked myself up with that. Because it's really not funny, but it is funny. It's funny in the sense that it's just one of those things that I say. But just saying sup is not funny. It's funny because we turn it into a meme. Sup? That and do you like my shirt? Those are like memes now. That's funny. But yeah, what's good with you, Terry? Yeah, you're off today. Yep. You sure are. Tidying up a little bit. Tidying up, cool. I straightened up my house a little bit too. Good. Good. Good episode yesterday. For those who don't know, Crash Zero. This is Terry Crash Zero. You guys are cool. And because you're cool, I'm gonna make Crash Zero into a moderator. Because you've been around for a while now. A little while. Crash Zero. Yeah. But yeah, I straightened up some stuff. Happy Memorial Day, miss. Oh, I was saying, good show yesterday. Tell them people to stop Bible thumping all the time. Like, don't nobody want to hear that on a chill stream. There's people where everywhere they go, that's why we call them Bible thumpers, right? That's all they do. Doesn't matter where they're at, who they're around. They want to argue about the Bible. I understand it was Sunday yesterday. I get it. But Sunday night? Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. If y'all don't go on somewhere, then y'all had to shut the stream down, which you were going to do that anyway, but still. I'm like, y'all got to ruin everything, huh? Just going to start coming in here arguing over the Bible. And no one listening knows what they're talking about. I can't even tell who's right and who's wrong. Because the stuff they're saying sounds so similar. It's like, get over it. You don't agree. Okay. Move on. They call that agreeing to disagree. I repeat. Why don't they just agree to disagree? You feel me? Jay was acting E.T. Extraterrestrial for being Catholic. It wasn't mad. And the whole stream was like soft and gentle. And here they come. I would rather have Mr. Mad come in here cursing than listening to that stuff. Because at least Mr. Mad is funny. He can make me laugh. But when they start arguing over the Bible, all of it just goes straight over my head. I'm like, these mother lovers. These mother lovers, man. I was going to end it. I know, but that was a bad note. Yeah, you left it on a bad note. But it was a bad note, needing Jamie to come in and sort it out. You want to end your streams on a good note. That way everybody leaves feeling good about themselves. Not that stream. Not that stream. That was a bad note. Bad, bad, bad note. Terry. Yeah. I wish somebody would come on my channel trying to argue over the Bible. I'd be like, if y'all don't get up out of here with that. See, I have a nerdy channel. My people, they would probably... My people don't even argue about comic books and superheroes and stuff. We don't even argue over here. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. We don't even argue over movies on my show. You know. That's 8. Better than last time when I did 6. We'll call 6 the warm-up. Sup? Golden Rule TV is here. The man with the plan. The music man. I should start calling him the music man. Because word is getting out. You're known for your love for music and your information on music. He's very informative. So he's the music man. Kind of like how I call Chris the pizza man. You don't have to fight them, Terry. You fight them by saying, knock it off, you jerks. Arguing over the Bible. Last I checked, we all have the capacity to read the same Bible. Everybody here can read, right? We're not Gavin Newsom. So we can all read the same Bible. Why are y'all arguing? Some people understand things differently from others. It's called reading comprehension. Some people comprehend things different from others. That doesn't mean one side is right and the other one's wrong. Maybe, just maybe they're both right. Or maybe they're both wrong. But who cares? You're good, G. All Bibles before 1913 had a map of Palestine in it. Of course they've been brainwashed. Of course. You know? I just don't get why they argue over it. Who the F is Eastern Thomas? Yeah, he's aight for a Catholic nerd, says Golden Rule TV. It's just weird when I hear Christians arguing over the Bible. Jesus meant this when he said this. No, he meant that when he said this. Y'all debating that? Does that change whether you're going to heaven or hell? Does that change anything? Arguing with another Christian over what Jesus meant when he said something 2,000 years ago, does that affect your salvation? Does that change you going to heaven or not in any way at all? Arguing over the Bible. Y'all arguing over something that was written years before Christ walked the earth. I don't get that. Jesus wasn't even arguing the Bible because there was no Bible at that point. And even so, he wasn't arguing with people in general when he was roaming the earth. So what makes Christians, so-called Christians, think they should argue the Bible? It's crazy to me. It is insane. Arguing over a book. Paul meant this. No, he didn't. Paul meant that. Like, you can read the person's mind who wrote it. And last I checked, the Bible was written, the individual chapters were written by different people. It wasn't just one author, like J.K. Rowling. It wasn't just one author. So how are you then going to dictate what each author meant when he wrote it? Y'all crazy. Terry, you need to tell these people next time, hey, knock it off. Because they just look like a bunch of jerks when they do that. Look at me, I'm right. I know the Bible better than you do. I'm smart, you're stupid. I win, you lose. Is that what Christianity is about? Me winning and you losing? Look at me. I'm going to heaven and you're going to hell. He. Y'all get off on that? You get a pleasure believing that you're going to heaven and the other person's not? You think that's helping that person? Give me a break. Y'all don't want me to preach today. It's Monday. Thank you. Y'all don't want me to preach. Let me stop. No, you're good. You missed out yesterday. I'm just expressing something that happened yesterday. I was at Terry Strange's show yesterday, Crash Zero. At the end of the stream, some nerds came in, started arguing over the Bible. But all the normal people were like, what the? We ain't trying to hear all this. Well, then Terry had to shut the show down because they were Bible thumping, which she would have shut it down anyway. But the Bible thumping certainly didn't help. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It was fun, Golden Rule TV, but just fast forward it to like the last 10, 15 minutes, and you'll see how those Bible thumpers, they just ruined everything. Just ruined it. Prior to that, everybody was having fun, partying, talking smack. You know how we do. And then here they come, crashing the party. Crashing a chill stream of all places. So y'all crazy as hell. I wish a Bible thumper would come up to me and tell me, you're going to hell because you don't believe such and such. Like, mother lover, do you know my heart? Do you know my background? Do you know what I've been through? Are you God? Do you know where my heart is now? Like, how do you know who's going to hell and who's not? I wish somebody would tell me something crazy like that. And the people who do that, they're probably the ones going to hell, in all honesty. Let's be honest. You're going to tell somebody you're wrong, therefore you're going to hell. And they're not actually saying you're going to hell, but essentially that's what they're meaning when they argue like that. That's ridiculous. That is not edification. Exactly. It's all crap. It's like, who the hell do these people think they are? They act like they're beyond us. Like they just know so much. They have all this vast knowledge and wisdom. And they know the formula on how to get to heaven, and you don't. Meaning you're an idiot and they're smart. That's how they act. That's how I perceive how they act. I wish somebody would tell me some crazy stuff like that. I'd be like, if you don't go on somewhere, dude, go on somewhere. This is why people don't like being around Christians anymore. You know, Christians used to be cool people. But these ego Christians are a different monster. If you're a true Christian, you don't go around arguing with people over Christianity. You don't do that. I don't know what kind of Christians those people are. You could call them fake Christians. We'll call them ego Christians. You know, true Christians don't go around talking about the stuff. Not like that. You know, I could see like a Bible study or something. But these people, they follow each other around on purpose just to argue the Bible. Just for that purpose. Like, your only reason for being on this earth is to argue the Bible, huh? That's it. You think God put you on this earth to argue the Bible? Forget it. See, y'all don't feel me right now. Y'all don't feel me. I know what I'm saying makes sense. Straight up. These people, of all people, let's not shed light. Let's just shame people and shed darkness. Exactly. Didn't the Romans make Christianity? That's a whole nother topic. Yeah, man, God didn't even make Christianity. These people, Golden Rule TV, they just... You know how, like, you want to be a nice person and kind and all that? You want to do that, right? But on the other hand, you want to tell people, if you don't shut the hell up... You know what I mean? I can tell somebody to shut the hell up with love. Right? Man, and it's crazy because you want to be good. You want to do right and be right. But then when you're around people like that, you're like, dude, if you don't shut up, dude. It's like the devil in them, even though they're pretending to be Christians and all that. The devil in them wants to trigger the devil in you to tell him to shut up. So that's why certain people, I just can't be around them. Because they don't have good intentions. If your intention is to just lecture me and wave your finger at me, that's not good intentions. You're not my high school teacher. You're not my college professor. Don't lecture me. I don't like being lectured. Now, if I have a question for you, if I need to know something that you might be more knowledgeable of than me, yeah, I'm going to ask you if I'm seeking information, but don't just come in someone's stuff, wagging your finger, lecturing. Lecture. Don't do that. That's why people don't like Christians anymore. Because all they do is lecture. Lecture, 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 lecture. They don't even know that that's what they're doing. They think they're doing us a public service. No. You're doing the opposite of a public service. You're a public menace. You're a menace to society. There's a movie called Don't Be a Menace. Someone needs to tell them that. I'm right, you're wrong. And if I told one of my friends, Golden Rule TV, if I told you I'm right, you're wrong, you should be like, Greg, shut up. How do you know you're right and I'm wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I know? None of us actually know who's right and who's wrong. You don't know something like that. These people really think they're God. They think they're God roaming the earth. I'm right and you're wrong. Mother lover, forget you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said earlier. You could both be right at the same time. You could be saying different things, but still be right. It's like, I don't understand why they argue it. I just don't understand it. Seaside don't talk to me because them sorry ass Catholics. I just don't get it. Like, if we're all Christians, right? We should be on Team Christianity, right? Team Christ. That's the team we're on, right? So why are we then arguing over Christian related stuff if we're already quote unquote saved? If we're already quote unquote we reached salvation. So you're telling me there's two people who are saved and they're arguing with each other over being saved or over what Christ believed or what Paul believed or God or whoever. Y'all arguing over that, but essentially you're already both Christians. Does that make sense to them? Apparently, yeah, because they keep on doing it. It's like they would rather argue with Christians than argue with atheists. I don't get that. I just don't get it, man. If the devil is the enemy, why wouldn't you spend your time conversing with those people, the demonic people? Why would you be arguing with someone who's already on your team? Y'all don't want me to preach today. Y'all don't want this. See, Golden Rule TV, y'all got me going, man. Y'all got me going. Exactly, he says. All we should be doing is sharing our personal testimony. Thank you. I used to be like this, and I'm no longer like this, thanks to God. Now I'm like this. God helped me in this way, so now I can do this. They don't do that. They want to fight and tell each other that one another is wrong. I just don't understand it, man. That's not how you save souls. Imagine if you had a kindergarten teacher and all she did was tell you how wrong you were. You wouldn't learn from that. You wouldn't get anything out of that as a student. You would go home pissed off and depressed if all your teacher did your whole career was say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. Well, hold on, teacher. Why are you right and the kid's wrong? Prove that you're right and the kid's wrong. You can't just go around saying stuff without proof. And even if you do have proof, the other person might not receive it in the same way you do. Because you could have proof, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to be right. that proof could apply to one instant of the argument, but not the full scope. It's like when people have facts, they don't necessarily have all the truth. These people, man. These people. They don't hear me, though. They don't hear me, though. They don't hear me though. Sup? End of face. End of face is here. The good sir. Yes, sir. Happy Memorial Day, my boy. Golden Rule says at least you got... I have what? Oh, nice weather. Oh yeah, it's almost 80 degrees. Oh, it's raining where you're at? No. It can't be raining on Memorial Day, man. People are supposed to be barbecuing, cooking out. Oh, it's your birthday? Really? Your birthday's on Memorial Day? Sweet. Happy birthday, my boy. So you got a double holiday going on. Yikes. That's cool. Yeah. You're honored? Crash Zero? Yes, why are you honored? You're honored to be here with us, the good people. Oh, just for today it's your birthday. That makes sense. It can't be your birthday every day. Oh, I see. Yeah, it does switch every year. 31. 31. Nice. This year I'll be 34. Big bump. Hey. You weren't on the Hake Show today, were you? I've been trying to get Hake. I'm like, hey man, where's Big Bump, man? What's going on here? I said you gotta invite him, man. We need Big Bump on the Hakey Hake Show. Why did you make me a moderator for? Oh, because you're good people. Yeah. You and Big Bump are good people. Oh, yeah. If you're good people, I make you into a moderator. It's that simple. Yeah, nice, bro. Says in the face. Hopefully I'll have my car before then. Oh, yeah. For sure. Speaking of that, there's another Comic-Con in Indianapolis. Not this weekend, but next weekend. The weekend of the 12th. It's like the 12th and the 13th, something like that. How do you know I'm a good person? Or how do you know I'm good people? I know you're good people because you're here. You've been tuning in. You've been showing love and support. And I have no reason to believe you're bad people. Or you're not good people. You haven't shown me evidence of otherwise. So pretty much, you know how when you start a course, everybody has an A plus 100%. When there's no grades in the grade book yet, you all start at 100%, right? But if you do poorly on your homework and your lab assignments and what have you, your grade will go down, right? Same thing with this. You haven't given me any reason to pull your grade down. You're still at an A plus, buddy. Meaning you're still good people. Now you get people who might start talking crazy and misbehaving, that's different. You're lowering your grade. But if you're not giving me any inclination as to why you're not good people, then you're good people. Unless you're just secretly a bad person. But no, that's why. That's why I made you a mod. That's all. No, sir, been busy recently. Okay. Decently or recently? But God willing, okay. Independence Day. Cool. Because the holidays ain't the same without Big Bump. I thought you meant recently. It's true. I want more music. Speaking of music, did you get that video I tagged you in for Jesse's birthday? I got you in the credits, son. I got you in the credits. It's like, shout out to these people. Your name is like the third or fourth name. It's pretty good. I think you'll like it. Yeah, but some new music. Okay. It's the last video I posted on my channel. Yeah. You can't miss it. It's almost 20 minutes, but not quite. It's like 19.7. Yeah. It's basically me explaining what the Great Black Hope means to me. Because thanks to that man, essentially he saved my life. And you might say, well, it's God who saved your life, man. Well, yeah, but God used Jesse Peterson to do that. So, thanks to him, I'm still here on this earth. This round earth. Not the flat earth. I'm still here with y'all on this round earth. Like truth, earth. So I'll see you on the 4th of July. But yeah, that's basically what it's about. Just saying thanks. And kind of how I found him and things like that. Yeah, you'll like it. I try not to go for too long because there might be 10 other people out there with birthday messages and videos and things, but I just wanted to give him a true salute. And I don't even know if JLP watches that type of stuff that I post, even if I tag him in it, because he's a busy man also, but the Anchor Baby has tuned in before, and Hank has also tuned in. So I think it's just cool that y'all, including you, I think it's cool that y'all watch my channel to begin with. That's cool. Because you guys are like my heroes. You guys are like my role models, my people. Can you believe Big Bump is here? Can we give Big Bump a round of applause? That's funny. That's cool. This is the first time I've seen Big Bump in my chat. That's cool. Crash Zero used the word honored earlier. I'm honored to have Big Bump on the show. At some point, we're going to make it to where, I shouldn't promise this, but we'll have to make it to where folks can call in the workout streams. Yeah. Big Bump says, right on. I totally understand. God definitely used JLP as a map. That's a good word, a map. back to him. Yeah, that is the truth. That's right. Yes, him is a capital H because it's referring to God. That's right. And it is so simple, man. I'm like, you're almost mad at yourself for not seeing it sooner. Like, wow, this is so simple. Once you hear it a couple hundred times, you're like, wow, if I apply this, it actually works. And me and you were the proof that it works. It's one thing if JLP just says stuff and you don't apply it. So you're like, that doesn't work. But when you actually apply it for yourself, for your individual self, and it works, you're like, oh, okay, so it has to be true because it's working. You know, that's why I keep listening, because it's working. It'd be different if it wasn't working, but it works when you apply it, so that's why I keep supporting. And Hake, too. Hake helps me in a different way in the sense that Hake helps me with the whole race relation thing. With the blacks versus the whites, the Muslims versus the Jews, the men versus the women, the young people versus the old people. Hake is good when it comes to that. How he lets different people from different walks of life, how they get into it. He shows me the other side of the coin. That's how Hake's show helps me a lot. Because it helps me when I'm in the real world talk to people who are not like me. So both of them are lifesavers just in different ways, in my opinion. And Hake is a little younger, so he's relatable more so. Or at least in a different sense. Because JLP, he doesn't get some of that stuff that we be talking about. Like the experts on Punchy, like Hassan and stuff. He wouldn't get a lot of those references because it's new stuff. So the experts help me in a different way because it's more relatable and or obtainable because they're closer to our age group, like Hassan and you and Hake and Joel and Nick. It's different. It's the same stuff, but it's different at the same time. Yeah. Shout out to the experts. That's right. Shadow Jackson went live too yesterday on his MLK project stuff. I said, look at Shadow Jackson growing out a beard and an afro and whatnot. I said, this doesn't even look like Shadow Jackson. Yeah. Looking like a scholar. Straight up. Oh! Rome 13 is here. Hello. It's Rome 13, guys. That's that woman everybody loves. Rome 13. Especially Mr. Mad. Mr. Mad is like her number one cheerleader. If you like Mr. Mad, and if Mr. Mad likes Rome 13, you better like Rome 13. You better. Because if Mr. Mad finds out you don't like her, you got another thing coming. You better show Rome some love. Oh, you better. That's funny. He'll make sure. He will make sure. Did y'all say hello to Rome? Y'all better not be talking bad about Rome. Yeah. Yes. He's your emotional support something. That's funny. I like how he makes it known. That's my favorite thing about it. He makes sure y'all understand. Hey, you better show that woman some love. Y'all better do it. That's kind of how I am with Sweet Amy. I'm like, hey, Sweet Amy's here. Say hi. That's funny. Yeah, YouTube is fun. It is funny. Too funny. Yeah, man. Big Bump said, you're saying everything I want to comment. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The experts are something else. Because we're still going through it. We're still working on ourselves. We're in the process of getting from point A to point Z. So they're right there with us, Big Bump. I can't find you on Discord. Who, me? Oh, go to Real TV. Okay, they're figuring out the Discord stuff. Maybe Golden Rule TV, just maybe. Maybe unchristian forces are trying to stop you guys from getting together on Discord. It's possible. It is possible. She is a rock star. Everybody loves her. And the face is still here. Send me a link to the headset. Okay, I just got it. Cool. Cool. I will look into that. Sean Franklin. What's up? We are here sipping on some water, doing pull-ups, enjoying this weather, enjoying Memorial Day. Come one, come all. Yes, sir. Sean Franklin. Most of the Seans I know, it's S-E-A-N. Ooh, that's a good question. Am I going to go see Masters of the Universe? Probably eventually. Will I be the first one in the movie theater? Probably not. But will I see it at some point? I'm sure I will. What about you? It's next weekend, right? I made a video talking about it, so I don't want to talk about it here. Just watch my video if you haven't seen it already. It's almost 20 minutes long. It might be 20 minutes exactly. I can't remember. But you'll kind of get my opinion on it as to where I'm at. That's all I want to say about that. You like He-Man? Okay, I like He-Man too. Don't get me wrong. Skeletor is my boy, but I mess with He-Man. Something about this movie just feels off. That's all I'm going to say. But definitely watch my video on it. It was probably like 3 videos ago. Check that out. Yeah. Because if I talk about it here, I'll just be repeating what I've already said. You know what I mean? Good water. Have you met Rome 13 yet? In the face? Make sure, for Mr. Matt's sake, make sure you get acquainted to the good woman, Rome 13. All right. I don't think I have. Okay. Yeah, she cool. She cool. The Thundercats movie would be cool too. Everybody thought for the longest time those two should cross over. Because they're right there with one another as far as the time frame when they came out, all that. 80s. They were two of the biggest shows, cartoons that is. That and Transformers. But yeah, Thundercats crossover with He-Man would be great if it was done right. He-Man would have to be a success. Thundercats would have to be a success. But I'm pretty sure they're made by different people, so it would be an issue with the rights if they would try to cross over. But still, individually, yeah, a Thundercats movie would be cool. That's right. Rome is rockin' and rollin'. Oh, yeah. And the face, he's always kicking ass. That's right. That's right, Rome. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Beady beat beady you. Transformers. Beady beat beady you. That's from the movie. The animated movie. That's that stuff. Yeah. Great stuff. Have you seen Transformers 1? 1 as in O-N-E 1. Not the first movie. It's an animated movie called Transformers 1. It's great. It tells you how everything went down between Optimus and Megatron. How things came to be. It's really good. If Henry Cavill was Lion-O, I don't know, because Lion-O's supposed to be a young buck. He's supposed to be a little younger, right? Henry Cavill, I don't know. He might be too big, too. Well, Lion-O was kind of big in the 80s. In the remake, he wasn't very big. I don't know. Henry Cavill's like 6 feet plus. But Lionel doesn't look all that tall. Like average height. Speaking of the 80s, have you ever watched The Goldbergs? Can't say I have, sir. You? Transformers 1, sir, is available on DVD. As far as streaming, I couldn't tell you. You'll just have to look for it. On my internet box, my Xfinity box, if I just hit the microphone button and say into it Transformers 1, it would pop up where I can find it, if I tried that. But I don't need to do that for that movie because I have it on DVD already. But for any movie or TV show, I just speak into the microphone and then it pops up as to where I can find it. Sometimes you have to buy it or rent it, and depending on the platform, the service, you can watch for free with commercials. So that's the interesting thing about all these live streams. Okay, is it a cartoon or real people or what? I love The Grandfather and The Goldbergs. I never heard of it. I've heard of Whoopi Goldberg. When I say big, you say tasty. Okay. We have some inside jokes in the chat. Some references I'm not yet familiar with. And it's called Goldberg. So they must be like a family, like the Munsters, like Eddie Munster and them. Is it like a family like that? or is it like a team, like a good versus evil thing? Because it sounds like a sitcom about a family. You know what I mean? Like the Cosbys, the Goldbergs. You know. Narrative comedy show. A comedy show. So it's not a sitcom. Okay. My favorite Michael Bay Transformers scene. Sup, dude? Are you picking up McFarlane Doctor? I saw that it was coming out, but I haven't seen it in stores yet. But I'm definitely gonna get it if I see it. Because you know, McFarlane toys won't be a thing any longer after a certain point. Because Mattel is dropping him or something. So I've been told. His contract is up. But yeah, if I find it, funny you say that. I just went to Walmart yesterday, not looking for it in particular, but I haven't seen it yet. I got them a week ago. I got lucky there. So where did you get yours? Make sure I'm saying your name right. Secret Mullet Man. Oh yeah, I remember you. Where'd you find yours? Was it Walmart? You got the white one? That's impressive. Okay. I'm gonna check that out. I got 3 Walmarts in the city where I live. I'm still trying to get Avatar Part 3. Because the one I usually go to, it's in their system, but it's just not on the shelf yet. So something's going on with their inventory. It's supposed to be there right now, but it's not because the mailman hasn't come yet. So I'm still waiting on Avatar, but whenever I go to the DVD section, the section with the figures, Todd McFarlane, that type of stuff, it's all in that same area. So whenever I look for one thing, I go to the other section just to see, especially the new DVDs, the new releases. I always go to see what they got. Walmart is the only one that has the white one. Okay. I might check that out. Because I'm going to head to my sister's house later. And there's a Walmart not far from where she lives. So I'll probably check that one out. Because I got to run errands anyway. But if it's a white one, it's probably very rare. So you would have to get that stuff promptly. That's the beauty of collecting. A lot of times it's just there when you're not looking for it. You're like, where did this come from? But whenever you're looking for it, you can't find it. That's just how it be. Like when I found Rocket Raccoon, I was like, I didn't know they were making this. But there it was. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out for sure. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Because my brother told me they have Avatar 3 at the Walmart he usually goes to, but they don't have the one I go to. I'm like, isn't the same truck supposed to stop by all 3 or however many Walmarts? Like, we all live in the same city. Right. Wouldn't that be something? How would that look? It's Gregatron. We are in Walmart. We are traveling. We're migrating to the DVD section. All right, guys, let's go. We have these movies over here. The new releases. There are people who live stream stuff everywhere they go, depending on what they're doing and stuff. I don't know if I want to do that. Because I don't want to dox the city that I live in, right? If I'm at Walmart while I'm live, I might see somebody who I know. We might start talking, having a conversation about stuff that only we would know about. And then you'll be like, oh, Gregatron lives in such and such city. Oh, he's in this Walmart. I know exactly where he is. You gotta be careful, Golden Rule TV. I'm becoming a celebrity. I'm blowing up. So I can't just put my location out there like that. For example, my license plates. My motorcycle is right there. You've seen it. I can't show that type of stuff either. Especially if it's live. Because if it's live, let's say I make a mistake. Yeah, oh yeah. Let's say I make a mistake and I show you my motorcycle license plates on accident. I'd be like, oh crap. And then I take the stream down. It'll be too late because y'all can rewind the video. Oh look, his license plates are XYZ123. Nope, nope, nope. You're only gonna know where I live if I want you to know. You feel me? And I go where I wanna go. We'll all be locked and loaded in Florida. It's the Wild West down there. Oh, you live in Florida? Okay. I'll admit, I live in Illinois, but I can't show you which Walmart I'm at in Illinois. There's only so many Walmarts. You know what I'm saying? But if you watch enough of my videos, you can pretty much figure out where I live. You know, if you're like an avid listener and you take notes and do your own research on Gregatron. But I'm not just gonna give you that information. You know what I'm saying? Pinocchio's helicopter. My man. I'm in the gym training because I have a photo shoot in the near future. So I'm working on some stuff. Me and Little Ugly Girl are gonna discuss the details. That's right. Look who's here, Pinocchio. It's Big Bump. Can you believe it? And don't forget, folks, to drink good water. Good frosty, chill water. They should make me advertise on a commercial somewhere. People be like, Mom, that water must be good. That man without a shirt, he's advertising it. Oh yeah. Can we give an applause for Rome 13, Pinocchio, and The Face, we already gave Big Bump a standing ovation. But can we give an applause to everybody else real quick? That includes Crash. That includes Golden Rule TV. That includes Mullet Man. Can we just... You guys are in the chat, so you can do the little hand emoji. When you're raising the roof emoji. There you go. Clap emoji. Handshake emoji. I'm kind of proud of them for coming up with the handshake emoji. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Right on. Because people don't shake hands anymore. They don't look people in the eye anymore. I was taught when I was a kid. I had a teacher. He taught us as children. He said, when you shake someone's hand, you look them in the eye. He said, these are his words, not mine. You're welcome. He said, you see this piece of skin right here? We're like, yeah. He said, when you shake someone's hand, this piece of skin has to come in contact with this other person's hand right there. Boom. That's how you shake hands. But if this piece of skin isn't touching the other person's, that's not a real handshake. That's what the man told us. He said it has to connect right there, right? In other words, if you do it like this, no, that doesn't count. That's not real, that's fake. If you do it like this, that's not real. This area right here has to connect. That's a real handshake right there. Anyway, I'm glad they came up with a handshake emoji for that reason. To remind us, hey, not only am I going to emoji handshake you, I'm going to shake your hand in real life. You know how the president shakes people's hand? He'd be like, come here. Like Scorpion. Get over here. Come and shake my hand like a man. That's how you're supposed to shake hands. How Trump draws people towards him. I used to work with this dude. Funny cat. Black dude. Funny. He worked under me. He's much older than I am. Well, he was going to move on to a different job or something. So I said, it was good working with you, man. So I tried to shake his hand like this. He said, shake my hand like a brother. And then he did this. You know. I was like, hell to the nah. Because he always has this thing where he says, basically, I'm a white man trapped in a black man's body. So when I went to shake his hand, he's like, shake my hand like a brother. Oh, God. But I was taught a different handshake when I was a kid. I had a friend whose dad was a teacher, and he taught us this handshake. I wish I had a fellow human being to do it with to show you. Yeah, shout out to you guys too. The handshake was like this. Boom, boom, boom. Then you would pull away, then snap. That was the handshake. So they say white people shake hands like this. Black people shake hands like this. Boom. Whereas what he did, he put them together. It was like boom, like the Arnold one, boom, the Predator handshake, then boom, then you close it up, pull away, snap. And you could throw in a fist bump if you want to, but it was like a 3-step process. Boom, boom, boom. And then you could add 4 steps with a snap, but Y'all don't know about that. They don't know about that snap. Not at all. But yeah, someone in the chat, please give me a handshake emoji somewhere in the chat. I shout out to you fine people in the chat. Have you heard Pinocchio's music yet, Big Bump? You might have a run for your money. There we go. Good handshake. Good handshake, sir. Yeah, that's right. You made a song about Big Bump too, right? So Big Bump, if you're not familiar, which I don't know how you couldn't be familiar by now, Pinocchio's Helicopter is a musical AI genius. Or an AI musical genius. One of them. And he makes tracks about different characters, including me, Rome, Face, Golden Rule TV. Basically, almost everybody who's in the chat right now, he's made a song about them already. He has different albums out. I think Face's song was in the second album, and Big Bump's is as well. So, go to his channel, because you guys are both moderators, so you're able to go directly to each other's channel. But check out his channel. The first album is called The Snake Pit, and the newer one, the more recent one, is called The Snake Pit Part 2. That's it. The Snake. And Face, you're a damn good moderator. He knows. Oh, yeah. He made one for you too, Rome, if I'm not mistaken. You made a song for Rome, right? Pinocchio? Mr. Mad made sure of that. You better make Rome a song. You better. Yeah. So anyway, I've heard something, but not sure. Okay. So months ago, Derek, the producer of JLP, he actually played, was it the Coon Train Boogie? He played that, and he also played the Great Black Hope song in the opening intro, basically. Yeah. They played it off and on the show for some weeks, you know. Yeah, because it's JLP related. Well, then we had a caller, JLP had a caller say, hey, man, play that Coon Train Boogie, man. He put him on the spot, and Jesse forgot all about it. You know, he's old. There you go, Rome. Good handshake, good handshake. Well, Jesse forgot all about the song. Yeah, that's it. Same person, Pinocchio's Helicopter. Well, they didn't have enough time to play it or whatever, but it's the thought that counts. Damn good handshake, guys. Rome 13, great handshake. Face. Great handshake. Like I said, this piece of skin has to touch the other person's right there. Boom. That's a true handshake. Because if you don't, you're not a trustworthy person. When people try to shake my hand like this, I'm like, hey, whoa, hold on. Take my hand. Take the whole hand and shake it. Don't be, what is this? I've seen ladies, they try to do that. Or what I hate is when I see a video when a man shakes a woman's hand and she be like this, and the man takes her hand like this. You're not even shaking her hand anymore. You're shaking her fingers. Stop doing that. Because when you're shaking her hand like this, you're almost saying she's like a goddess or a queen or she's dainty or she's this or that. No, treat her like a fellow normal human being. Give her the respect you would give anybody else. Shake her hand like a true adult. She's not a kid. You're not giving her a high five or a fist bump or a pat on the back. No. Give her a true handshake. That way, when you do that, you can look her in the eye and she can look at you back and say, oh, wow, he's serious. He's taking me serious with this handshake. Whereas when you take her hand like this and shake it, you're basically like putting her on a pedestal, like, oh, look, she's so special. Don't do that. I see that. I hate to say this out loud. I see that on those gold digger videos. Y'all know the gold digger videos? The dude will be walking down the street. And here comes this woman prancing around with her little skimpy little outfit on. Got the stunner shades and the tight pants and all that. Thinking she's just the stuff. And the guy says, how you doing? She won't give him the time of day normally. But if she does, she'll just shake his hand like this. Oh, hi, how you doing? And then they get to talking. She's not interested. Then she finds out he has money because he gets into this Lamborghini or something. Now she wants to talk to him. That's the gist of the videos. But let's just say I did have money like that and she didn't know it. If a woman shook my hand like this, I wouldn't continue to give her any time of day. Because if you can't even shake my hand like a normal human being, I'm not catering to that. I'm not participating. I can't do nothing with that. Because she's basically saying you're not important enough to shake her hand like a normal person. And think about it. Ooh, this is deep. You don't ever see two women shaking hands like this. When they meet, there's always a man and a woman when he does it like that. Because fellow men, we don't shake one another's hands like this. Men and women, they do that. But when they do that, essentially they're establishing their roles. Her basically saying, she's special. Ooh, shake my hand because I'm special. Whereas if you give her a normal handshake, you're putting her on your level. You're just saying, hey, I see you as a fellow human being just like me. It's amazing how my mind just thinks of this stuff. That's funny. But am I onto something here? What do y'all think about this? I'm just curious. Or am I just making something out of nothing? In my head, I'm telling the truth. The truth! Alright. I'm missing y'all's chats. I apologize. I do that because if I read the chat in the middle of a rant, I'm going to forget where I was and then be like, oh crap. So I have to finish my train of thought before I just start reading stuff. Or else I'll get sidetracked and I won't be able to find my way home. You feel me? Tar Baby Yoda is here. My man. That's right. I don't care if you're a man shaking a woman's hand, a man shaking, especially another man's hand, or if you're two women shaking one another's hand. I need that stuff to be firm, solid, and strong, and respectful. One time, I was at a family reunion or something in Memphis, and we had all this food, It was at some church or something, some venue, and the church provided the food and the tables and all that stuff. I don't know if the church provided it, but my family provided it, and it took place in the church. The church was just hosting it, or whatever this place was. Anyway, I help them break the tables down. We fold up the tablecloths and all that good stuff. Everybody collects their little leftovers in the Tupperware and all that good stuff. Well, the pastor and his assistant, the people in charge of the church, they thanked me for helping them break the tables and chairs down. I shake the pastor's hand. No problem, no problem. Well, when I shook the woman's hand, I went in to shake her hand the same way. And it's like I hurt her hand physically because it's like I was too strong, right? So when I shook her hand, she's like, ow. I was like, oh, sorry. But I was just shaking her hand like she was a normal human being. Little did I know she was so dainty, which is kind of why they needed help with the chairs and tables in the first place, right? Because the pastor guy, or whoever that guy was, he was much older, and she was the only other person there from the church. So I helped them, and when I went to shake her hand, it's like I don't know if I hit her fingernail or something, but I thought that was interesting because I was treating her the same way I would treat anybody else. So, miss, if you're still out there, if you're listening, I had nothing against you. I'm just letting you know you're a human being like everybody. Like, how would that look? If I shake the pastor's hand like this, no problem, no problem. Anytime, anytime. And then I go in to shake her hand like this. Oh, yeah, no problem. Anytime. Anytime. You don't do that. What up, Chris? Essentially, you're giving her special treatment. You're dividing her from the other people. You're separating her by saying, oh, you're a woman. Therefore, I'm just going to shake your hand like this. But the normal man, I'm going to do it like this? No. You shake everybody's hand the same. It's just respect, Yoda. I don't care if it's in the church, on the job, in the market, in the bank, especially if it's business oriented, business related. If you're at a bank, you and your banker, not the teller, because the teller got glass, safety glass, but let's say your banker helps you on something financially. He helped or she helped you figure something out. When you're done with that transaction, that interaction, that encounter, oh man, it's my sister. I just sent her a text to say I'll call you right back. Anyway, if I'm in a transaction, I need to shake that person's hand with my right hand because this person is doing me a service. Same thing goes with your mechanic, your barber. Now my barber, we do the black handshake. We do it like the one I talked about earlier, the boom, 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 pull away, snap. That's the handshake we do. I was just letting you know. Okay, cool. Right on. That's my sister. Let's see. Okay, cool. Are we still live? Gonna hang out with the family later. Yeah. I'm the type of dude who I put significant thought into something so simple. These are things we have no business thinking about. But I just went into a whole segment on handshakes. What up, Al? How you doing, sir? We're in the gym in this heat, making gains, burning, sweating, enjoying Memorial Day. There's cookouts going on, barbecues. The birds are outside chirping. People walking the dogs. People cutting grass today. There's a motorcycle or two out and about. We're having a good day, buddy. You can hear the birds. That'd be the best stream. That'd be the best stream when the birds are in the background. I'd be like, ooh. I couldn't do this again if I tried. Because the birds just add that ambiance. I love that. Because it'd be so peaceful. You know, you get some neighborhoods where you might go live. There might be gunshots in the background. You're like, oh, God, where's that person located? Not in my stream. On my stream, there'd be birds singing and chirping. There'd be motorcycles going by. There'd be dogs being walked down the street. Like, this is a damn good neighborhood. I mean, listen to that. I can stop talking for 1 minute, right? And just listen to the birds. It's still going to sound good. It's probably going to sound better if I do stop talking. If I stop talking and we just listen to the birds alone, watch the viewership go up. People going to tune in like, oh, wow, look, it's a bird chirping stream. This is much better than listening to that guy with no shirt on. But yeah, let's do maybe 20 seconds. Let's do an exercise. Let's listen to the birds. But then they say you're not supposed to have 7 seconds of dead air. So I think Hake taught me that. They say that's unprofessional. If you're going live, if you're on the air, you're not supposed to have 7 seconds of dead air. That's like a real rule on radio, which I'm not on the radio, but still. I want to be professional out here. As professional as one can be in a gym with no shirt on. Okay? Do y'all hear me? I like how the birds sound because it's like they're singing. It's like, I wonder what they're saying. I wonder if the birds know it's Memorial Day. The birds are like, hey, we cooking out later? And the other bird's like, yeah, we cooking out. For sure. And the bird's like, which fence are we going to stand on? Or, whose telephone pole we sitting on today? Yeah. That would be an interesting animal to choose from. So for those who don't know, guys, Chris from chat, he doesn't know it yet, but Chris has volunteered to be Tar Baby Yoda's next model. Because Chris, good looking guy, but he likes roses. And someone took an AI picture of Chris with a rose in his mouth. So I'm like, that's perfect. Because Yoda is my manager for my modeling stuff, right? So I'm like, well, we should make Chris into the next model. That'd be great. So what do you say, Chris? You want to be a model under Tar Baby Yoda? We're getting a whole team together. In the chat, raise your hand if you want to be a model. No, press 1. Press 1 If you want to be a model under Tar Baby Yoda, yeah, let's do it. For those who don't know, I have on my red, white, and blue shorts from Nike with a red Nike symbol for Memorial Day. Red, white, and blue. All right. So with that said, Yoda, Chris, find a way to exchange information because we got to get this going. This summertime, we can't be playing no games. Thank you, sir. These are my patriotic colors. You can't wear anything but red, white, and blue today. Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, which I heard is communist, but whatever. Holidays like that, American-related holidays, they gotta be red, white, and blue days. You know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that's a little different. You know, Christmas, you wear red and green. What else? MLK Day. I don't know if you wear a specific color for that. President's Day. That's in February. You could wear red, white, and blue on President's Day, I guess. Because they're the President of the United States, right? Yeah. Labor Day, Socialist Day. What else? Columbus Day? That's American related. I suppose you could wear red, white, and blue on Columbus. Which it's October at that point. It's kind of cold out. Still, red, white, and blue. But yeah, definitely Memorial Day and 4th of July. I was at a family function years ago. I wore my White History Month shirt at my mom's house. And my great uncle didn't like it. He didn't tell me he didn't like it. But my mom, she's into the black stuff. She's educated and intellectual. So my mom was just like, "Oh, what's your shirt say, Greg?" I said, "Mom, it's White History Month." And she's like, "Is that a real thing?" I was like, "Yeah, Mom." I said, "Look." And I point to the bottom of my shirt. I said, "July just feels white." She's like, "Is that a joke?" I'm like, "No. Jesse Peterson came up with it." And she kind of just looked at me and walked off. Well, then I was told by a different family member that my great uncle didn't like that shirt. Because, you know, he was a part of the civil rights movement and stuff. And he participated in the sit-ins of that time. Because back then, they were young men, much younger than we are now. They didn't know any better. They thought they were doing the right thing. Protesting, doing sit-ins, things of that nature. So when this old gentleman saw this White History Month shirt, he was like, "What the?" That's funny. I don't even wear my White History Month shirts that much because knowing my job, they'll try to fire me. And the city I live in isn't like super big. So you're going to see people out and about who you know, who you work with. And I can hear him now. Greg was wearing a shirt that said White History Month on it. You know. So I kind of keep that stuff to myself. Yeah, me too. Mine is the red one, and I got the green one. The OG ones with the big letters. Not the one that says July just feels white. Mine says it at the bottom, but it's like White History Month. I like those much better than the newer ones. The newer ones are okay, but I was at one point going to get every color of the old ones. That's right. Chris got the good shirt. Chris knows. Yeah, I got the Frankie Goes to Hollywood big letter style shirt. Okay. Yeah, definitely. It's just fun. Like, y'all mad at people for wearing shirts now? I was at the dealership one time and I had on my Hodge Twins shirt. It was it's like an American flag shirt. It's white. This sleeve has the stars. This sleeve has the stripes. The letters read unvaccinated, unmuzzled, unafraid, and unapologetic. Something like that. I'm at the dealership, getting my car worked on, oil change, something like that. I'm in the waiting area, kinda. And this lady sees my shirt. She's like, "Oh, I love that shirt, sir." You know what she told me? She said, "I have the same shirt at home, but my husband won't let me wear it." I was like, "Really? Why?" She said, "Because he doesn't want me to get beat up when I'm out in public." I was like, "What? Why would you get beat up?" She's like, "Exactly. I know why, because people are crazy." Yeah, true story, Yoda, I promise. She said hers is purple. It's like, it wasn't a Hodge Twin shirt that she had, but it was like inspired by the same message. She said the shirts looked identical, but hers was purple, but with the same wording and everything, but mine had the stars and stripes. She said, "My husband doesn't want me to get beat up, so he doesn't let me wear that type of stuff when I'm by myself." And that's just sad to me, man. Like, I can't wear a Hodge Twin shirt without people acting crazy, or a JLP shirt. One time when I was at work, I wore my never, ever, 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 but never, never, ever, ever, never, but ever, never, 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 ever tell a woman your problem shirt. I wore that on the job, right? And my supervisor and my coworker, one of them says, "What's your shirt read?" I said, "Oh, let me show you." And my supervisor was just like, "Gosh dang it. Sons of..." something he said, I can't remember. You know how people want to say mother lover, like that. And then my female coworker was like, "Yeah," because she hates everything. She's a hater. "Yeah, why'd you wear that? Yeah." Because she hates men. So when I wear a shirt that says, "Never tell a woman your problems," she's like, "Yeah, where'd you get that shirt?" Don't worry about it. Yeah, but I'm to the point now, I don't really wear those shirts that much anymore. Yeah, because I know how people are. I wore my straight conservative Christian shirt before on the job. At the bottom it says, "How else can I offend you today?" Nobody really said anything about that, but I just wear superhero shirts and stuff, or like work related shirts, usually, because I don't need that trouble. I don't need that in my life. Yeah. As far as the woman at the dealership, yeah, it is sad. Because she can't even wear her own clothes when she's out and about. Like, what's the world coming to? You can't wear a shirt that says you're unvaccinated, you're unafraid, you're unapologetic. You can't wear a shirt that says those words. That shirt is not harming or hurting anybody. She's just saying she's a free person. That's all she's saying. But no. Her husband said, you could put yourself in some danger. And shout out to the husband for looking out for her safety. It's just sad in the sense that we live in a world today where people can't be themselves. What up, Jermaine? People can't be themselves in public anyway because they'll be attacked. Y'all remember when Trump ran for office the first time and people were wearing MAGA hats in public? And the crazy people were snatching hats off people's heads and throwing them down the street and stomping on them. And just crazy stuff. Like, people were getting yanked out of their cars for wearing red hats. People were swarming around that person's car, dragging them out of the car. It was a crazy time for wearing a hat or a t-shirt. I'm not with that, man. That's why I keep a knife in my car, number one. But two, I don't wear that type of stuff a whole lot in public because I know people are crazy. If I can avoid it, I'll avoid it. Like, you wouldn't go to a pro-abortion rally with anti-abortion sentiments and expect nothing's going to happen to you because these people are already planted in their ways. Their minds are already made up. So how are you then going to come on their territory with the opposite poster and expect they're going to show you mad love? They're not going to, because they see you as the enemy. A lot of Christians, they do that on these platforms, I guess, these channels. They'll say, oh, look, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to go to this atheist organization and see how they treat me. Or I'm going to go to this satanic cult and see how they treat me. Bro, why would you be surprised if you get beat up? You're an individual with a cross on his neck or her neck, and you're walking into a satanic temple. Of course they're going to jump you. These are Satan's minions. And then they get the clout. Oh, look at how they did me. They beat me up. They did me so wrong. You have no business being over there. You're not welcome there. Why would you then? These people just want clout. It's kind of like that guy. Well, I don't want to talk about Chud the Builder, but it's like similar stuff. You know how people are going to act before they act, and then you get surprised and defensive when they do that act. Knowing you know people, you know how people are, and then you get upset and surprised. Like, what did you think was going to happen? And then the Christians expose the atheists or the Satanists. Oh, look at how bad they treated me because I'm a Christian. Bro, you put yourself in that predicament. And their whole argument is, well, they're supposed to just treat me in the same way I treat them. Well, that's the thing. They're not you. These people don't believe in the Golden Rule. Speaking of Golden Rule TV, these people don't believe in treating one another how they want to be treated. Trying to be all self-righteous as a Christian. I can't believe they beat me up for being a Christian. What do you mean you can't believe it? Christians are hated. Look at what they did to Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe they beat me up. Who's that one lady who, she was on the internet doing the microphone thing with some pro-abortion woman. She's anti-abortion. The other lady was pro-abortion. And they're talking about it. And the lady just like socks her in the face. She's like, I can't believe she's beating me up. I'm like, you're talking to an evil woman. She's already saying she's pro-abortion, meaning she's okay with killing kids in her womb, and you then get surprised when she beats your A word. She's already telling you she doesn't care about human life. Like, these people who are quote-unquote decent, they expect everybody else around them to act decent just because they're quote-unquote decent, not realizing you're not decent either because you're putting yourself in the trenches with indecent people to expose them for being indecent. Y'all don't want me to preach today. Did y'all just hear what I said? That's deep. Somebody rewind that and repeat that back. Ooh, that was deep. I'm going to clip that. Y'all are really surprised when indecent people attack you for trying to expose them for being indecent. Y'all are surprised by that, huh? And you're not decent at all for trying to expose the other people. Because if you were decent, you would just leave them alone. You can't force people to think the way you think. And then you get mad when they beat you up. Oh, I can't believe they're treating me like this. B word, really? Pinocchio, they don't want me to talk some sense. They don't want me to talk no sense. Yeah, they'll jump you. Imagine being a blood. You're wearing a red shirt, right? You go over to a Crip area with a bright red shirt on. You get beat up by the Crips. And then you go back to the Bloods and say, I can't believe they beat me up. You can't believe it. Not only are these people your enemy, but you're intentionally trying to start stuff. You're intentionally trying to get beat up just to prove a point. So you want to prove the other side is evil, but what do you get out of that? You could lose your life messing around with these people. Isn't that why they wear different colors in the first place? So they know who the enemy is? And Christians do the same thing with the abortion people. I don't understand it, man. I was thinking about that with the civil rights movement. Like, why were they at those countertops doing those sit-ins, knowing they were not wanted there? Knowing the chefs are just going to spit in their food. If I'm not welcome somewhere, I just don't want to be there. I'm not going to make you serve me, knowing you're just going to spit in my coffee. Don't do it. I'm going to take my money where my money is green. Because my money is green. But if you don't want my money, fine. You just lost a sale. You just lost a customer. And then some other business might gain a customer. That's what I don't like about the civil rights movement. How they forced that stuff to happen. They forced people to come together. Those white businesses at that time who were discriminating against black people, essentially the only thing they were doing was hurting themselves. They're the ones losing money. Now, there could have been other white businesses at that time that were not segregating, that would allow black customers, that and black businesses, obviously. So those black customers could have just took their business to those businesses, those companies, and then they would have got sales. Whereas the stores that were not doing that, the stores that were segregating, eventually they would have had to say, okay, fine, we'll take y'all's business because we're losing some money here. Or we want more money. It would have worked out, I believe. I believe it would have worked out. Because it was business oriented. Now they just didn't want them in there. Fine. If you don't want my money in your pocket, fine. But now these people are going to have my money in their pocket. So it's just a matter of, do certain businesses want certain people's money in their pocket? Do you want that or not? And if you don't want it, okay, fine. And you could say, well, the flip to that coin is, if these people are now customers, what are they going to bring? Are they going to bring a certain mentality to the restaurant? Which we see today, actually, with people fighting in stores and cafes and stuff. It's just a mess. Like, it could have been wrong either way. Had we stayed segregated that could have been wrong. Or had we desegregated, which we did, that could have been wrong. Either one, we lose. It's like we lose either way. But I like how Jesse explains it when he says we would have came together naturally. That makes sense to me. And Shadow Jackson's talked about it and others. Oh yeah. Anyway, how did I get on that rant? What was I talking about? Oh, when I was talking about Christians being all Christian-y, Christian, imposing themselves on atheists and Satanists and stuff, then being surprised when they get beat up. You're surprised that you're getting beat up by Satan's kids, Satan's demons. Look at how evil these people are. What do you mean, look at how evil these people are? If they're so evil and you're exposing how evil they are, then why are you there? You're there to prove that evil people are evil. That makes sense to y'all, huh? Like, you're not going to a gym saying, oh, look at how wonderful this gym is. You can do this and that and that. No, you're going into enemy territory saying, look at how bad these abortion people are. If they're so bad, get out of their face. The only thing you're doing is giving them more clout, more media attention, and presence. And don't they say even bad publicity is good publicity? I just don't understand. I wish somebody would come into my property and say, look at how bad this gym is. Look how bad of a person Gregatron is. What up, Mr. Mad? I'd be like, okay, then why the hell are you on my property? Get out. Now, if they come on my property and praise me and say, oh, look how wonderful this gym is, I'd be like, oh, okay, you're welcome. Come on in. Have a seat. Let's talk. Yes. Good handshake, Mr. Mad. Mr. Mad knows. I thought that was a motorcycle. Sure wasn't. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Go where you're welcome. I was talking to a friend about that earlier. We were talking about events and parties and things like that. I said to her, and I told my other friend a week ago, I'm only going to go to stuff if y'all invite me to it. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all don't invite me, best believe I'm going to be on the couch, chilling. I just do my own thing. I have a private party that only yours truly attends. And I love it. I only leave the house when people invite me to stuff. That and to get food and go to work. That's about it. I swear. The good G is always invited. Appreciate it, sir. You know how some events, not everybody gets an invitation to? Okay, fine. I've had people get mad at me for not inviting me. Excuse me. My words are slipping. I'm getting excited over here. True story. I've had people get mad at me because I don't invite them to my events. I'm like, mother lover, you never invite me to your events. And when I do invite you to my events, y'all don't show up anyway. You never come to my events. So why would I then invite you to my event? I don't understand that. I'ma come. You ain't coming to my party, man. You know you ain't coming. And then I'll say, okay, do you really want to come? Yeah, I want to come. Okay, here's the invite. Then when you invite them, they don't show up. So you really started all this fussing for nothing, knowing damn well you didn't want to go in the first place. Y'all just want drama. That's what y'all want. Not you guys. You people in the chat, you're good people. I'm talking about the people who I'm talking about. I had this one lady at my job. Shout out to her. So I'm friends with her nephew. Me and her nephew are the same age. So I invited him to my birthday party last summer. The invitation reads, bring your friends and family. The more the merrier, right? So he tells his aunt, Greg's having a birthday party. Oh, okay. She comes to the party and says, no one told me about this party, meaning me. No one invited me to the party. I said, yeah, I did. I invited your nephew. I told him to tell friends and family. That includes you. But she felt a certain kind of way because I didn't tell her directly. I'm thinking, B word, you should be happy that I told your nephew. I'm just joking. I'm not really saying B word. But y'all know what I'm saying. You know, people like to fuss about stuff they have no business fussing about. Yeah, and funny thing, I'm pretty sure I did invite her in the past to my events and she didn't come. But she came to this one because her nephew brought it up to her. Because once she figured out he was friends with me, she knew I was cool people. So she's, oh yeah, I'll go, yeah. I'm like, where were you at the last two events I invited you to? You know what I'm saying? But whatever. People are just something else, man. People are something. What are y'all saying? I don't invite nobody to nothing. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, Mr. Mad. Because there'll always be some mess. Not always, but a good chunk of the time. I only invite people who I know are mess free. But if I know you got mess going on, nah. Or if I know there's two people who might not like each other, nope. Another thing, if you have an event and somebody asks you who's all going to be there, never mind. Don't even worry about it. Don't invite that person. Just say forget about it. Don't even worry about it. Because what she's saying is, because usually it's a woman who says, who's all going to be there? What she's saying is, there might be some people who I do not like, so I might not want to be there. You know what? That's fine. Just don't even come. Like Kamala Harris said, do not come. And then Trump said, I'm going to come. Oh, man. Horrible. Just terrible. But I agree with Mr. Mad. I don't necessarily agree, but I understand what he's saying. Yeah. Do you know how much peace I have in my house when I'm by myself? I have a good old time. I can play my music however loud or quiet I want it to be. I can play a podcast. I can just play on a PlayStation, minding my business. I don't have to worry about, this goes for being a bachelor in general. I don't have to worry about how much food and drink is left in my refrigerator. If I do, I know it's my food and drink. I don't have to be concerned about, oh, is this person going to eat my food? Or who drank the last bottle of water? I don't have to worry about that when it's me by myself, right? Or who used the last of the detergent? I ain't got to worry about that. If I'm the only one using the detergent, I know when I need to get some more before I go empty, right? Whereas if you have other people in your house, they'll use up all the detergent, won't say a word. No, mother lovers, you can't do that. If you know there's beverages and or food in the fridge, and it's going low and you know you're about to eat the last of it, you better stock that up. That way, that's why if you have roommates, keep your food separate. Don't be eating each other's foods. Friendships can end that way. I've seen it. Trust me, don't be eating each other's food. Don't be using each other's detergent, bleach. If you do, make sure you stock it up. Make sure you know where that person gets the detergent and bleach. And make sure you get the right one. Don't be using up people's stuff and then getting the off-brand stuff. The no-name brand mess. Nah. Don't do it. That's like eating your roommate's gourmet noodles and then replacing it with ramen noodles. No, you don't do that. I like being a bachelor. If I ever have a roommate, if and when, and I've had one before, it's always temporary, just to help a brother out or a sister out. It's not meant to be permanent. And these things I'm talking about, that's why. And I just like having my own space. If I had a family, it'd be different. I wouldn't have a choice but to share space, but I like doing my own thing. Like having swords on the wall and stuff. I like doing that stuff. You get a wife or a fiance, she'll stop all that stuff. Or she'll attempt. I have this girlfriend about 4 or 5 years ago. And we had a conversation one time about how my house looks. You know, I got figures and statues and swords and stuff hanging on the wall and whatnot. She told me, Greg, if we ever got married, I would want a lot of this stuff taken down. I'm like, why is that? Her whole thing was, she said, Greg, because I want it to be my house too. If I bring my friends over and my family over, I want them to know that it's my house too. Whereas if there's toys on the wall, it's going to look like it's just your house and nothing belongs to me. That's what she said in a nutshell. I'm like, they can still know it's your house if there's toys on the wall. Anyway, that's why a lot of these men have man caves. Because the wife, it's like, I get it. Because, you know, when you have a family, you're going to have family portraits on the wall. I get that. I might have to move Captain America out the way to put my family portrait right there. I get it. But to a degree, it just sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different lifestyle, that's all. But shout out to the married people. Because once you get married, it would change your whole operation. Right? It's a totally different lifestyle. True stuff. Truth on Memorial Day. With Gregatron. What do y'all think about that? You know, if I ever got married, I would get a different house altogether. Yeah. Because this house is already paid off anyway. Terry said that's right. That is right. I missed out what Yoda was saying. Don't attend black events though, Greatron. Just white events. That's funny. Funny. Truth. With Gregatron. Real talk. Good water. Great water. The reason I'm doing body weight workouts, I watched the Arnold video. He inspired me. He said, any body weight workout is a great workout. Pull-ups, leg ups, push-ups. That's good stuff. Because if you do a pull-up, you're pulling your entire body weight up. Whereas a lat pull down, you're just pulling the weight that's on the machine. Arnold's like, he also used the word wings. He said the wide grip pull-ups really bring those wings out. Yeah, he has a point. Opposed to using weights all the time. Yeah. Push-ups wouldn't hurt. Right? We can do some push-ups. Raise your hand if you want to do some push-ups. Press 1 in the chat. That's right. Do it like this. Yeah. That was 50, I believe. My body was like, wait a minute. We haven't done push-ups in a long time. I feel burn here, here, and here. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at that. You see it? It's like I'm morphing. See that striation? Oh yeah, it's tight. That's crazy. That is crazy. Are there any last words before I call my sister? Because I'm supposed to be getting with some friends and family. Or at least some family. It's crazy that my chest looks like that. Y'all see that? It's like boom, boom. I've never seen that before. On one side, just one pec. It's like a zigzag. Boom, boom, boom. I know I stretched before my workout. That's crazy. All right. I will keep you guys posted on how the modeling goes. I promise. For the time being, thanks for being here. The good people showed up today on Memorial Day. Let's see. Who are the good people today? Let's see here. We got Pinocchio's helicopter, Crash, Zero, Terry Strange, Golden Rule TV, The Music Man, Rome 13, Sean Franklin, Mullet Man, End of Face, Big Bump, Chris, It's the Real, Mr. Mad, Jermaine from Canada, Tar Baby Yoda, and Al Jones. That's not Al, that's AI Jones. AI Jones in Brooklyn. Thank y'all for being here. I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Appreciate y'all. I just can't believe this pec was tight like that. It's like a rock. There we go. All right. Appreciate y'all. Be good. Happy Memorial Day. All right. Enjoy your summer if I don't see you, which I'm sure I'll see you. Enjoy the day, the weather. Somebody said it's raining where they live. I'm like, that sucks. Enjoy yourself. If you don't spend time with family and friends, that's okay. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your individual self. Please. Especially on a holiday, your day off, oh, you better enjoy yourself. Even if it's just you, me, myself, and I. Enjoy it. We'll be right back to work tomorrow, believe it or not. Can you believe it? All right. Peace.